Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze here, and I'm here to tell you that you still have plenty of time to register as a TD for the 2019 United States Amateur Match Play Championships doubles bracket. Now here's a question that we often get here at Dynamic Discs. What if my players can't decide which course to play on? As a TD, you typically don't have to decide which course the players have to play on. You just let the players decide for themselves. But if they can't, that's when you have to step in. If distance is an issue, just try to pick a course that's in the middle. To get even more detail on running a bracket, make sure you go to discgolfmatchplay.com. Also, TDs, make sure you look into running a women's double bracket as well.
At Dynamic Disc, the Lucid X plastic is a premium plastic that we've had available for a select few molds. It's very similar to the Lucid plastic, but it tends to be a little bit stiffer, and discs in the Lucid X tend to be a little bit more stable and a little bit more accurate. So to show you that comparison, I have a Lucid Escape along with the Lucid X Escape from the 2019 United States Amateur Match Play Championships. Now that the singles bracket is coming to a close, these are available at dynamicdiscs.com. So to demonstrate the stiffness, the Lucid plastic here, you can see it's not floppy, but it definitely has a little bit of give to it. Compared to the Lucid X, at about the same tension, doesn't bend down nearly as much. So that's the difference that the Lucid X plastic makes compared to the Lucid. If you're looking for a Lucid X Escape, check out dynamicdiscs.com.
Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze here, and I'm here to remind you that there is still time to register to be a TD for the 2019 United States Match Play doubles bracket. Now here's a question we often get here at Dynamic Discs about running a match play. Do I have to reserve a course for my doubles brackets? The answer is no. You don't have to reserve a course, you don't have to get insurance, and as a TD, you don't even have to be at the courses for each match play. As a TD, you fill out all the admin stuff on the UDisc app, and then you just let your players get out there and play. To get even more detail on running a bracket, make sure you go to discgolfmatchplay.com. Also, TDs, make sure you look into running a women's double bracket as well.
The Dynamic Discs Golden Retriever is a fantastic tool for getting your discs back when they've strayed a little too far from dry ground. With a compact design, it fits easily in your bag so it's always there when you need it. Using a Golden Retriever can speed up pace of play and save you from having to jump in yourself. We have a 100% guarantee you'll be satisfied. If you're not, return it in a usable condition for a full refund. For a little extra confidence next time you're throwing over water, make sure you're covered with a Golden Retriever.
The 2019 United States Amateur Match Play Championship continues with our doubles bracket. Dynamic Discs will be accepting applications starting June 14th all the way through August 1st. Local doubles qualifier match play brackets will be held throughout the United States and Canada through July and August. The championship bracket will be hosted in Emporia, Kansas on September 27th through the 29th. A list of these events will be made available on the UDisc app. In the Players Pack, each player on the teams will receive a Dynamic Disc Biofusion Raider and a Latitude 64 Gold Burst Pioneer. Also, as a TD, you have the opportunity to purchase up to 16 Dynamic Discs Moonshine Guards. You can use these discs for a fundraiser, for prizes, or for whatever you need to bring awareness to the doubles brackets in your area. Also for 2019, if you're running doubles bracket, we invite you to run our women's division doubles bracket. That's right, for 2019, we are introducing a women's division. Match play is an exciting way to compete in disc golf and has grown in its popularity. Make sure you go to discgolfmatchplay.com for more information for the tournament directors and for the players. We can't wait to see you out here in Emporia, Kansas for the championships. Hey, here we are. Hey guys, welcome to another Dynamic Discs update with Jeremy Rusco. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, and I have, of course, Jeremy Rusco with us. How are you doing, Jeremy?
Doing fantastic. That was the least excited I've heard you say Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. What's going on here?
Cool Daddy Slick
Breeze. There we go. Man, beautiful Father's Day weekend.
Yes.
I hope everybody got to get out there and play disc golf with Dad or spend some family time. And man, tis the season of disc golf.
Yeah, I got to go down to Oklahoma and spend some time with my daughters and grandkids. So, yes, it was a very fun Father's Day, and hopefully you guys had a good one too.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in to this. If you've been here before, you know how this works. But if you're brand new, if you have any questions for the man himself, CEO and founder of Dynamic Discs, Jeremy Rusco, please put them in the YouTube chat. We have Anthony standing by. He's going to relay those questions to us, and we will get those answered for you. We'll try to get them as soon as possible. We have a few agenda items we're going to talk to, but one thing that we have special at the end, something I think you'll want to find out about, so you want to make sure you stay tuned in to the very end. But first, we're going to talk a little bit of match play.
Yeah, match play this weekend. You guys saw the promo ads or informational videos there about the United States Amateur Match Play Championship. This week is the finals here in Emporia. It's come down to, I think, over 300 local brackets that have all dwindled down. We've got, I believe it's a little over 50 state or province winners coming here, and then we're going to have a last chance qualifier from those who ended up winning a local bracket, or a state bracket, local bracket, but didn't get the opportunity to come here. So, yeah, we're the winner for match play. Which the cool thing about this is they get 18 veteran baskets, 18 tee signs. $10,000 in discs, I think it is.
Yes.
$6,000. It's a lot of money, and it's more discs than I will ever need. So we called it Discs for Life.
Sometimes we keep that information away from him so he doesn't panic. So, but it's a lot of money given away for discs.
Yeah. So stay tuned to our social channels and see who's crowned champion for this year's United States Amateur Match Play Championship Finals. Last year was Matt Whitlock, and he's actually one of our sponsored Team Dynamic Discs guys now. So maybe this year's match play champion will also join Team Dynamic Discs.
You never know.
Yeah. Talk about doubles real quick.
Yes, doubles is coming up. Everything went really well for singles, so we thought let's add in some doubles brackets. So registration has already started, and it goes till August 1st, and you have to July and August to play the brackets. Works the same way on the UDisc app. You can run one. The cool thing is that a lot of times we get people that want to be TDs for the doubles brackets or just for match play brackets, and they're not sure, do I have to reserve a course? Do I have to get insurance?
No.
Do I even have to be there when they play?
No.
No, it's so simple. I mean, Eric McCabe runs them for here in town, and he basically runs it from Facebook. People say, hey, Eric, me and so-and-so are going to go meet up at Jones Park, and we're going to play our doubles match. Eric is like, go for it. They play, and then all of a sudden, whoever wins, Eric, I'm the one who won it. Eric plugs all that information in UDisc. Boom, that's all he's doing. So
I think he does it in his sleep, actually.
He probably does. But yeah, he has Ralph do it. Maybe he probably has Ralph do it. But anyway, that's how simple it is to run one, and it gets some excitement in the disc golf community in your area. So discgolfmatchplay.com, we've got like some frequently asked questions there. We've got information on UDisc that you can find out. Now, if you're wanting to play it, there's some really cool stuff you're getting to play it. Now, you go to UDisc to see where your brackets are in your area, But one of the things you get is a Biofusion Raider, and I know a lot of people are excited about that. We've got a lot of hype, a lot of people loving the Lucid Raider, loving the Fusion Raider, but a lot of you are really wanting that Biofusion.
Yes, this thing looks beautiful, part of the player pack, as well as a gold burst Pioneer, and these things feel super fantastic as well. And then we've also got Moonshine, we'll call it Lucid Moonshine to clarify a little bit more, but Moonshine Guards, and these things feel super sweet. Team Guard, little shout out to Team Guard.
Right. Now, one of the things with the Moonshine Guard is, as a person that's running one as a TD for the doubles bracket, you can purchase up to 16 of these, and if you want to use it to raise money for your bracket, or just to get the word out there, to
course
give away as prizes,
improvements.
course improvement. As a TD, this is kind of like a way of us saying thank you for running this in your area. Here's 16 Moonshine, Lucid Moonshine Guards that you can purchase and sell and raise a little bit of funds.
Yeah, and the cool thing this year, the only way to get the Biofusion Raider right now is through being a part of match play. And then the other thing that we've added this year is a women's bracket.
Yes.
So if ladies, you spoke, we answered, and we're hoping to have a lot of women's brackets throughout the United States and Canada, and see how that goes.
Yeah,
so.
just edited some footage with some of our touring women players that are kind of hoping to promote to make sure the women know that they need to sign up, so this can be a thing that we do every year.
Yep.
All right, so next up on the agenda, remember, if you're just tuning in, if you have any questions for Jeremy Rusco, Dynamic Disc CEO and founder, if you have any questions for him, make sure you put it in the YouTube chats. And
Ask away.
Anthony will get those to us, and we have a special something we're going to show you at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned in. But
you can even ask, as Danny would, if cereal is soup, and I will provide my best answer possible.
His opinion.
Moving right along. After this weekend, we've got our disc golf experience at Bronco Stadium. Just wanted to remind everybody real quick, come to Denver, Colorado at the Bronco Stadium at Mile High, and we are going to have a party there for disc golf. And we've got over 500 people signed up already for it, and there's still a few spots left. So go to discgolfscene.com and get signed up, and that is next weekend.
I am super excited about that, but I must say one of the things that I am most excited about is I believe there's a Torchy's Taco on the way.
Oh, stop it.
And me and Anthony will be stopping there. All right, next up, we have the Toonie.
Yeah,
just the Toonie. We have the Toonie happening overseas, and it looks like we have 972 players that are registered right now. On the 24th, I believe Eric and Tina are headed over there to have some good times over there with all the amateurs out there and the 972 players. So if you're in that area and you're listening, or if you know somebody in there, let them know that Eric and Tina Oakley are on their way, and they're going to have some fun out there with you guys.
Yeah, good luck to all the players out there. We hate to be missing our amazing trip overseas to Europe and especially to Finland, but I know that event is going to be awesome. Yuha and his crew do an outstanding job, so keep your eye on the Toonie.
We have a lot of questions coming in already. Jeremy,
okay.
You want to go for it?
Fire away. Let me know what's up.
Let's see. Gustavo asks, I just want to know, when is Latitude and Westside, when will they release their out-of-production molds?
Yes, so don't have a clear answer, or that's not determined yet, I guess would be the long and short of it. And there's definitely going to be some cuts for Latitude, and rumor right now is it might be a few more than people are expecting, and maybe it won't be. It's hard to say what's going to shake out from Bobby. Don't you shed a tear on me now. But and West Side, I think a couple are going to get retired from there, and we'll go into a little bit more details about that as we get down the list and talk more about the decisions behind the retired molds and what retired means.
Steven says, when I retire, is there a chance that I can work at Dynamic Disc?
Yeah, Steven, absolutely. Come on. We actually just brought in 2 more individuals to come work here over the last couple months that came in from out of state. Tony Cisco coming from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Jake Key to take on our community events and community relations, as well as customer support and service downtown at the retail store. And yeah, go to dynamicdisc.com, click on the career or careers tab. Let us know your information and come work here with us so that we can keep growing disc golf.
You know, you mentioned that thing about JK. I was talking to him earlier today. He did a clinic out at the Camp Alexander today, and he's going back tomorrow. And I know a lot of times in the Disc Golf Answer Man, people say, "Hey, how do I run little clinics for schools or for summer camps and stuff like that?" So we're going to be working with Jake Key so we can create like a how-to video. How to run, how to start a clinic like that. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. We'll put that together for you.
That's cool. I'm glad I found out about that today.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody thinks I know everything, and I don't know half of what's going on around here.
One more question. We'll get back to our agenda. This one's from Michael. How about any updated features or new colorways for the Ranger H2O? I'm going to order one, but I'm willing to wait for something new. Well, Michael, I have some advice for you. Buy one now, and when we come up with a new one, buy another one. No.
Bobby's the smartest guy here. Good question. Yeah, we're definitely ready for some new colorways on the H2O, and actually, to a certain degree, you could say we were, a little uncertain about the Ranger H2O. It didn't seem like the bag was catching the traction that we had hoped and thought that it would. But then I think players started to realize and understand the added features and the added benefits that the H2O bag has, and a lot of that is the hydration system with the I don't even know, the Camelback type, the hydration system, and the Rainfly, as well as the molded bottom that keeps everything dry and organized in your bag better. And anyway, we've seen that that bag it's looking like it's here to stay, and we are hoping to bring out some new colorways for 2020. So don't delay on your purchase today. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. All right, let's get back to our agenda. Next up is Junior Worlds. Of course, we're super excited about this. This will be the second year that it happens here in Emporia, Kansas. Already, I think 200 junior amateurs are signed up to play.
201.
201.
Yeah.
Sign up today or sign up as of now to play. That's going to be, what are the dates of those? I forgot.
July 6th through the 13th, which field event starts on, I believe, the first day, and then doubles on Sunday, the 7th. And yeah, it's really cool to have Junior Worlds and really just, before the Amateur and Junior World Championships were just all competitions, players were restricted to the number. There could only be 600, 700, 800 players at a lot of these world championships, and the juniors essentially got shut out. The juniors' field sizes would be capped out at around 100 players, so there would be a lot of juniors that just didn't get the opportunity to play at Junior Worlds. And so we were excited to partner with the PDGA last year and really just take this Junior World Championship to another level. We had 194 official players, I believe it was last year. This year we're already at 201 players. So if you haven't signed up and you're a junior PDGA member, get signed up. Come see us in Emporia, Kansas, and you're going to have the time of your life.
Now, one of the cool things we've done for Glassbone Open is have a mobile app, which I'm not sure any other event has done anything quite like that in the mobile area. But we also have a juniors mobile app because we want to make sure that we are able to communicate with the juniors and make sure that they communicate amongst themselves. But if you want to kind of follow along, there's kind of a different way of doing it for the Junior Worlds mobile app. So make sure you go to pdgjuniorworlds.com and look under mobile app, and that way it'll give you some instructions on how to download that.
Seeing some of that B-roll video is fun to see. Some of those Junior World Champions, and a lot of people ask how do I get sponsored to Dynamic Disc? And we'll get Robert on another day to talk for an hour about how you get sponsored. But one of the things I know that we actually sponsored a lot of last year's Junior World Champions that came here, and as we got to meet the families and really got to get to know more of the junior players and the families, it was really cool to be a part of that, and it was really special to add a lot of those Junior World Champions to the Dynamic Discs team and family. Next topic is Trilogy Challenge. Now, this is going to be the fourth weekend coming up, or we just had the fourth weekend of Trilogy Challenges all over the United States. If you are interested in playing a Trilogy Challenge, now the draw to playing a Trilogy Challenge is you get to try and play in a casual type tournament. It'll be all different formats depending on the TD that's running it, but you get your hands on a Dynamic Disc Vandal, a Latitude 64 Keystone, and a Westside Disc Gatekeeper. Now, some of these discs were released in limited runs or with special fundraisers, but this is the only way you can get them in these certain plastics, so you definitely want to check that out. And Danny's going to show you my screen real quick because I want to show you this is how you find out this is one way you can find out how to find one in your area. So basically, you go to trilogychallenge.com. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Go to trilogychallenge.com.
All right. It's all plugged in, so I'm not sure why. Okay, so
just technology.
Go to trilogychallenge.com, And then under there, you'll see event locations, and basically it's just going to list out the event. Got it. The event locations. And, yeah.
269 events signed up already.
Yes.
42 different states, 8 different countries. Wow.
So where are we at? What next weekend is?
The 20th-ish.
Ish. Yeah. So we've got Indiana, Louisiana, California, Arkansas, Kansas, Tennessee, New Mexico, New York, all kinds of different places. So you can go down there and you can see who. Now, if you're trying to one of the biggest questions we got is that people want to ask questions of the TD. On the site, you literally can click on their name and it'll open up and send an email to whatever their contact info is out there. So definitely. All right, Danny, you can go back to us.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing that.
The Vandal has been getting a lot of really, all 3 discs are great. But the Vandal is essentially, we'll say, the exclusive Trilogy Challenge mold. And the first time a lot of people have had their opportunity to throw that this year. Yeah. And that, the Vandal is making its way into a lot of players' bags, which I think is pretty dang cool. So.
All right.
Go play one today. Well, maybe this weekend.
So something that everybody's really excited about is the new bags that we have coming out. The first one we're going to talk about is the Cadet. But before we talk more about it, we're going to look at a promo that Anthony and Danny worked on.
If the technology works. So it feels like we've been talking about the Cadet backpack forever, and it feels like it should be in this warehouse, in retail stores, and on your back right now. But some things in life and or in business just take longer than they're supposed to, it seems like, and they're coming soon. They're somewhere, I believe, in Kansas City, just waiting to get delivered here for us. So those should be available anytime. These are going to have essentially a minimum minimum price of $19.99, which
That's a good deal.
Yeah, really good deal, and it'll range to $24.99 just depending on the different retailers. So super great value for a disc golf backpack bag that we are really excited to introduce to everybody out there.
Yeah. So really good value.
It's coming soon. It's coming.
Coming soon.
It's in a container of stuff that it wants to find its way here, and it's just having trouble finding its way here.
All right, before we go, so make sure now you know how we do. When as soon as they get here, we're gonna put them on the website. Make sure you sign up to the newsletter if you want to get notified that way. Make sure you subscribe to us on Instagram, Facebook, and all the other places, Twitter, and we will let you know that when we get those in, because I know a lot of people are excited about these entry-level bags. Before we go on and talk a little bit more about the Trooper, I know we've got quite a few questions, so let's hit up a few questions we got here. Oh, and real quick, I got Oh, he was showing the pictures. I got reminded that Trilogy Challenges, you can also find them on the UDisc app. So if you have the UDisc app downloaded, you can go to the Trilogy Challenge, or go to the event section and literally search for Trilogy Challenges there as well. Thank you for reminding me.
And if you don't have a Trilogy Challenge in your area, just sign up and host one. It's super easy. You can make some money for yourself, for your club, for the course, for your touring fund, for whatever you want that to be. And I can promise you that you will be very surprised by just how easy hosting a Trilogy Challenge is. We like to think of it as a tournament in a box.
Remington wants to know, will portable baskets be out by the end of the year?
We got lots of portable baskets. I'm guessing you're thinking the Scout. You know, we just got done talking about how some things seem to take longer. For whatever reason, this Scout thing.
You always know something's up when that little smirk comes on his face when he starts talking about it.
We're scouting lots of different things, and it's just taking time. We want to make sure that we put out the highest quality portable basket that's out there, and we want to make sure that there's nothing that can go wrong with it, and we're just tweaking a very couple of the most minute little details to make sure that it's awesome.
All right, so We got a lot of questions about retired discs. We're going to kind of hold on to those questions because we're going to talk in depth about retired discs.
You're the boss.
And we'll get maybe some of the things you thought you were going to talk about will come in form of questions. So
I believe you.
We're going to skip around to Mailbox 37. He wants to know, is a taco a sandwich?
Is taco? Oh, man.
I don't care as long as it's from Torchy's. I don't care what you call it.
You know, I really struggled with this as cereal
Torchy
soup.
sandwiches. Would you call it Torchy? Yeah, anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I kind of get the...
What's the definition of a sandwich?
I kind of get, like, I almost feel like it could be a sandwich.
That's what we have Google for, isn't it?
But,
sandwich. The definition is an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal.
You know,
there's no bread,
and
a tortilla is not a bread,
and it's only one tortilla. It's not a...
Yes, it's only one tortilla, so it is not a sandwich. So debunked.
There we go.
Debunked. One more. How come Latitude 64 How come Lat 64 does cool limited runs for discs, but DD doesn't order any for sale in the U.S.? And he might be probably talking about like chameleon discs.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a little bit of that and a little bit of what Latitude 64 offers through the Latitude 64 factory store. And we're talking about ways to make sure that the we'll say the United States market, the United States customers can get that through. I guess you'd say just through us, but haven't figured anything out yet. We're always working on something. You better believe that we would like to. We've got multiple requests of we like to take care of our customers, and our customers thank you for that. Thank you for coming back and keeping coming back, and we want to make sure that we have those. So hopefully we got something soon.
Yep. Someone asked, when's the last day? Let me see how he said it. When is the cutoff to register a Trilogy Challenge? Your event must be run. Your Trilogy Challenge must be run by October 6th. So you want to give yourself at least 2 to 3 weeks before, so that we can make sure that we have the orders sent to you and there's no problems. You get the right discs and stuff like that. So you'll want to have it registered a few weeks before October 6th so you can have it played by October 6th. Excellent. All right, so the next bag we want to talk about is the Trooper bag.
Yeah.
We have another promo that we're going to show you right here, talking a little bit about... So the Trooper bags, another bag that we're super excited about. And you can see in the pictures that we have some really nice colors coming out. A really nice blue. I'm sure that's not maybe the official color. Maybe Blue Lagoon, black,
Blue Lagoon. I like that.
Black waters, gray matter. I don't know. Anyway, so got some really cool colors coming out. Got a little snow camouflage. Is that snow cam?
Perfect. Snow cam.
Yeah. So tell us real quick, Jeremy, though, what is it, just the colors that are updated or anything else about them that got updated?
Yeah, the Trooper's been one of our most popular bags. A lot of that has to do with the price point, as well as just how versatile and lightweight these bags are. I know some of our touring pros, actually, when they go out for a quick round where they just want to keep the load light on their shoulders, they throw their disc in the Trooper bag, and they love it. They love the bag. And anyway, we've invested a little bit more time, I guess you could say, and a little bit more into making some improvements into the Trooper bag. And these are actually, my understanding, don't know how all this shipping thing works, because I thought anyway, they're showing up
doing my best van away
tomorrow, assuming that there's no flat tires or who knows what happens on the trucks. But those are supposed to show up tomorrow. Anyway, we've I love the colors. The colors are better than they have been for the previous runs. And some of the things that we did for this release of the Trooper, we've got some updated zipper pulls. Nothing significant, but they're definitely nicer on the zipper pulls. We added a back pocket for storage on the back, so As you saw in the promo video, you can throw your cell phone, your keys, your wallet, whatever you need to back there. Some granola bars, your scorecard, and there was only one pocket back there. We added one more. We've improved the shoulder straps, so they're a little bit nicer shoulder strap. We added some D-rings, so if you want to put your towel on there, your bag tags, whatever that may be, your bottle opener, that's there, and a couple other subtle minor improvements. But we're excited to bring an updated Trooper and appreciate everybody's continued support for our entire bag lineup.
All right, so let's get a couple more questions, and we'll talk about some new releases. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you put your questions into the YouTube chat. We'll see if we can get them to Jeremy. Make sure you tune in or stay tuned in to the end of the show because we have some special stuff we want to show you. Let's see. Any updates on a new cart?
Any updates on a new cart? Yeah, the transit cart, which has been that shrunk down cart we've been talking about for a while. I don't have an ETA on that yet, but I know that it's coming together, and we were hoping and planning for a summer release, and I'd like to think that we're on schedule for that. Would
you say the Trooper has beefier sides?
Compared to the other one, it should be pretty comparable. Yeah.
Remember, it's just an entry. It's just as a nice entry level bag.
Yeah.
How much will the Scout cost me? Do we have a final cost on that?
We don't just yet. Some of that stuff depends on a lot of those overseas tariffs that are going in, and how much this is going to affect this, and this is always working on something.
It'll cost you less than a brand new Corvette, I'll tell you that. Let's see. Any more Waffle Wardens?
Talk to AJ.
All right, we'll talk to AJ about
I don't know.
That.
I hope so. I think they're pretty cool.
All right, let's talk about some new releases that are coming out.
Yeah, man, we've got a lot. We got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, that is. So, in addition to the new bags that are coming out.
I'm sorry, give me that close-up camera.
Yeah, block me out, please. So we've got a Retro Burst Explorer that's coming out, a Retro Burst Diamond, a VIP. Man, I tell you what, the Explorer and the Diamond are just fantastic flyers. The VIP Air Destiny. A lot of players, of course, love the lightweight VIP plastic, and the Destiny is a new release for us. And then we've got the West Side Beach Party stamp.
See if they can see. Wait, can I get it over there?
You gotta just check it. You gotta check it out online. We gotta change this camera angle. We gotta change this camera angle for future times. Hope I don't got too much stuff in my teeth.
Here, look.
Gosh, disaster. So we got the Beach Party stamp coming out in the VIP Gatekeeper.
It's stable.
Yeah, it sure is. And the Origio Burst Harp. And then in addition to that, we've also got a new Abduction Basket T-shirt, a Hand-Eye Supply T-shirt, a Latitude 64 shirt, and a West Side T-shirt coming out for the summer selection. So, yep. Ask your retailers to make sure they get stocked up on all the latest and greatest from Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64, and West Side Discs, and Hand-Eye, and they'll have it soon.
All right, Anthony, you ready to give away a disc?
Let's give something away.
We're going to give away a Fusion Burst Getaway.
If you haven't thrown the getaway, your disc golf game is probably a couple strokes worse than it should be.
Yes, so... of course, the getaway is this particular one isn't, but the X version is a signature disc for or a tour fundraising disc for Paige Bjorkis. Anyway, the getaway is a very good disc, kind of like some people describe it as an overstable Escape, the Escape's big brother. We're going to give this away. See if you've been paying attention. I want to know, when is the last day you can register for a doubles match play? I said it, and you can find it on the website. Anthony's going to be looking for that on the comments right after I text it to him.
This is going to be fun.
All right. Now back to
our regular schedule. Oh, we got more questions, or we?
Oh yeah, let's go back to some more questions. We got plenty of questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
Here we are answering questions. Ask away.
Someone wants to some disc golf advice from you.
Oh gosh. Have you looked at my player rating? You might want to rethink.
What's the best disc to learn to throw sidearm?
Best disc to learn to throw sidearm. A couple different variables go into play for that, and a lot of that depends upon how far you're throwing. Generally speaking, I highly recommend the Getaway to start out. I just think it's super versatile. It's not too overstable. It's not understable. It can handle the extra torque and the extra spin that a lot of players are going to get out of a sidearm disc. And so if you're just starting out, I think if you're throwing like a felon or a criminal or a war horse, something that's definitely more overstable, I think you're going to get into some bad habits where you're trying to turn the disc over too much out of your hand, and you're also not getting the distance that you want. So the Getaway is where it's at. I actually carry two Getaways. I carry a Fusion Burst Getaway, and I carry a Lucid Getaway. And the Lucid Getaway is what I have to rely on when I need more hyzer, or it's a stronger headwind, or I just throw my Fusion Burst Getaway when I really want to get that max distance.
Excellent. All right. Let's see. Raider Fusion Restock.
Raider Fusion Restock. So the Raider, wow. It's been super popular this year. Thank you, Raider Nation, for loving this disc. I think it's one of the best discs that we've put out. And big thanks to our genius over there at Latitude 64, Thomas Ekstrom, for everything that he does to make sure that we've got some good flying stuff. And anyway, a lot of retail stores have been sold out. Ever since we came out with the Raider, it sold out almost right away. We rushed stock back over here. We got it out. Sold out again. We rushed more stuff over. Sold out again. We just had a container show up last Thursday, I think. And we had some Raiders on it. And so Raider Nation can find more Raiders now. So check that out. And then, I think, at the end, we're going to talk about maybe something else with the Raider.
Yes.
That's why you got to hang in with us.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
And I might be giving this one away at the end as well, so you'll want to pay attention.
Boom.
All right, so Anthony's going to pick. It looks like we got a bunch of guesses in. So, Anthony, if you want to pick a winner from that and then put it on. It's highlighted already.
He's way ahead of you.
So good. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here we go. All right. Dirt Road Networking. You have been selected as a winner. The answer, of course, was August 1st. I said it was doubles match play. That's what you got from June 14th, which has already started, until August 1st to get that information in to run a doubles match play bracket. So Dirt Road Networking, what I need you to do is email me at bobby@dynamicdiscs.com. That's BOBBY at dynamicdiscs.com. Take a screenshot of you being logged in to your YouTube account as Dirt Road Networking, and I'll get your address information from you and send you out that disc. So congratulations on that.
Very cool.
What do we got?
Hey, something new.
What?
You probably don't even. Well, yeah, you don't even know a whole lot about this. Man, this is like breaking news.
Hey, Bobby, market
here.
stuff, but don't know about it.
So. Something that we're excited to jump on board with, I guess you would say, is we get we support a lot of different tournaments across the United States, Canada, and there's a lot of tournament directors that forget something. There's they forgot to get player pack discs, or something cool ended up happening, and anyway they reach out to us kind of, we'll call it last minute. Steve O'Story, Matt Lloyd. You guys maybe know what I'm talking about. There are Kansas City, or not Kansas City, but Dynamic Disc Northwest Arkansas and Texas operations, and they're always trying to rush some things in. And anyway, we've recognized that sometimes things happen. Sometimes tournament directors need something turned around right away. So we are excited to launch we're tweaking the name maybe. We're not exactly sure. This is all fresh new stuff that most people even here inside the building don't know about. So anyway, the same day stamp. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, sorry about your bad luck. But same day stamp custom order rush program that we're going to be doing. Same day stamp. And so anyway, a tournament director can put their order in with us, and if they get it in before noon that day, we are going to be able to get that order shipped out for them that day, and it's going to be something that I think is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And so if at 11 o'clock today, Central Standard Time, or 11:50, we'll just say noon, Central Standard Time, you put your order in and you needed it tomorrow, and you wanted to pay for overnight shipping, which isn't that expensive at the end of the day, you could have that order on your doorstep. How cool is that?
That's freaking cool.
More info coming soon.
More info coming soon. That's pretty
We
cool.
take care of you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about that in the chat. You think that's a
We'll
cool
get some
idea?
more info out soon on it, but
All right, see.
it got all the stamps of approval through the right departments today.
It did? Okay, good.
Yeah. It's a tough process, but we did it.
All right, let's see. Get some questions in. When are we getting more Commander bag colorways? My birthday is coming up, so I'm thinking a new bag is in my future.
Well, I hope a new bag's in your future. The Commander is absolutely a great bag. We do have some new colorways that are being worked up. We don't have any samples here at the warehouse or anything like that. We've been talking about, I would go ahead and get a Commander bag if you need a Commander bag, because we were talking about this Cadet bag, what seems like forever, and they're finally just dropping, this week, and same thing with the Trooper. And so if the new Commander colorways or anything like these, it might be an extra couple months more than I think it's going to be.
Gotcha. Dustin wants to know, let's talk Lucid X. Are there plans to bring that plastic to more molds soon?
Right now, we've reserved the Lucid X for our team series support discs, fundraiser discs for our team players, as well as some special events and or some special circumstances. The plan is not to go full scale Lucid X and everything. So for the most part, if you want something in Lucid X, you're going to want to lean on our touring team players. You might want to say, hey, Paige Pierce, I think next year you need to have the Lucid X Sheriff, or hey, Paige Pierce or Paige Bjerkes, maybe I'd like you to have the Lucid X Suspect. And maybe our team players will want to have that be their 2020 Tour Series support disc.
Excellent. All right. Doc Zen has a good idea. Any chances for a video of amateurs / our workers who talk about a disc they like being retired and an alternate for it? I think a while back I started to do a Average Joe in the bag, and I did one with Derek Savory, and then other things got in the way, and we never did get those completed. But maybe that's kind of along the lines of what he's asking about.
Yeah,
it's an idea.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm going to address a little bit more of the retired thing.
It's coming up.
Kind of the conclusion of that is, if you were a Trident thrower, 3 years ago, and the Trident went out of production, I think you can still find Tridents today. So don't lose faith in what you're throwing, because there's a very good chance you're going to be able to find it somewhere out there.
All right. So one more reminder, we have something really special we're going to show you guys. A lot of you guys have already kind of hinted toward on the chat, I see. We have something to talk about at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned in. But here's the moment that a lot of you, and hopefully some of these questions are already on here, will be addressed. But Jeremy Rusco wants to talk a little bit about... Oh, we should have had taps. I don't know the rest. For 4 years in the Marine Corps, that is what I heard every single night. And taps in the morning. Every morning for 4 years. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Let's talk retired. Oh, God.
Let's talk these retired discs. This is my bag. Well, my bag today, we'll say. And we're going to do the quickest in the bag ever. I couldn't get on the schedule for Anthony and Danny to do a real official in the bag video with me. So, maybe this will be the
one he never asked.
Here,
I throw my guys under the bus like that.
So, a lot of players, I feel like, rely on distance drivers and wide rim drivers. And I used to rely a lot on the Trespass and Enforcer, Ballista Pro, some of those wider rim drivers. And then the Getaway came out. And for whatever reason, I love the Getaway. But anyway, I took wide rim drivers out of my bag, and I have relied on fairway drivers for my disc golf game, and I've felt like my game has got better. If you look at my PDJ rating, it went down a lot. A lot of different things there, and then it went back up. I think it started to go back up as I started to have all fairway drivers in my bag. And if you've got high arm speed, if you can throw a disc 400 feet, you absolutely need distance drivers in your bag. But if you're a little weenie arm like me that can only throw about 300 and
whatever.
What do you think? 375?
Yeah.
Maybe I can get 400 if it's downhill, tailwind, blah, blah. Anyway, I got a lot of fairway drivers in my bag. And we're going to start out with the Maverick. I love the Maverick for my understable shots. I got a bunch that are kind of in the middle. Escape. I love the Escape. This is actually, how cool is this? This is the first Biofusion Escape when it came out. I put this one in my bag. It's still in my bag. If it's need a little bit more stability, I got the Musket, Latitude 64 Musket. This is a very underrated disc that more people need to be throwing. This one's really cool. This is a prototype. This doesn't even have the engraving in it. This is one of the first ones they came out with. If I need super straight as well, the Explorer, Latitude 64 Explorer. This has somebody's name, Ricky Wysocki. Is anybody? Nope. Haven't heard of him. Yeah. Talked about the Getaway. We got the Getaway. And then when I need something overstable, I
grab a prototype.
Hey, this is in my bag. This isn't the.
No.
So this is the Criminal, and do you need to play the song again or whatever?
Because this is one of the ones. Is this the retired one?
So the Criminal, one disc that we'll say that's being retired that I throw. And then I got the Vandal in my bag. I think it's a great disc. I haven't worked with it a whole lot yet because I haven't played enough disc golf this year, but I love that disc. On the mid-range side of things, got a couple different discs, and we start out with the understable side. You want to cue it up again? We should have coordinated this and rehearsed this. We could have done a really big tune in next month.
I should have had like a flag or something.
So I got the Warrant, which is a fantastic understable mid-range disc that I think almost anybody should have in their bag. And then in terms of straight mid-ranges, I've been working with the Captain America EMAC Truth. Shout out to EMAC, as well as the Gatekeeper. And these both actually have some different uses for me. I get more distance out of my EMAC Truth than my Gatekeeper, and my Gatekeeper is a touch more overstable. And then the Verdict, love the Verdict. Thankfully, the Verdict did not have to have a song after it because that was a close call. And I need something really beefy. The Captain America's Justice is what I rely on. And then, man, I got, these are really bad examples of these stamps and things. So this is a misprint. Can you tune it up?
What is
this
that?
Is the Suspect. I'm the Advanced Seniors Grandmasters first place champion. Love the Suspect. This is
I thought it was just background music for you.
It's been in my bag for a long time. I've lost one Suspect in all of my years of playing. I think I have 2 more backups, so I've probably got 7 or 8 years of, maybe 10 years of Suspects currently in my storage bin. If I need something a little more overstable, the Harp, and then the last one is the Slammer. So
that's the one that people are going to burn you over. You know that, right?
Yeah. And then I putt with a Deputy currently, and I got a Marshall where I throw for some upshots or maybe some headwind putts. And so anyway, I got about 4 retired molds in my bag alone. The Warrant, the Criminal, the Suspect, and the Slammer. And I feel your guys' pain to a certain degree, but I feel confident that I am going to be able to get any of those 4 discs within a certain extent for a long time.
But Jeremy, I thought if they were retired, it meant you had to take them out of your bag and never touch them again. Is that not true?
That is not true.
Wow.
Please don't take them out of your bag. Yes, please don't take the discs out of your bag. Now
I thought we were doing a recall on them. No. Were we going to send out boxes to have people send them back to us?
No. And so the reason, there's a lot of people asking, hey, well, so what's the difference between out of production and what's the difference between retired? And I think it's important for everybody to know that they're really essentially the same thing to a large degree, or they are the same thing. But what we chose to use the word retired because we wanted everybody to know that these discs can come back. It could be dynamic discs in a year or 2 or 6 months or 5 years that says, hey, we know that the Suspect is in high demand. The players are asking for the Suspect. We want to put a limited run together of the Suspect, and we might do that. Now, there might be some of our other retail stores and retail partners that want to do the same thing with our custom run program. And I I'm certain that the discs that are in demand are going to come back. Now, you're going to have to get on Eric Oakley pretty hard if you want to get the Thief back, because the Thief doesn't seem to be as popular as maybe the Suspect or the Slammer. But again, at the end of the day, they're out of production for the time being. We chose to use the word retired to let people know that they can come out of retirement essentially at any given time, and they're not permanently, we're not throwing the molds away, nothing like that. And that's that. And the thing that I think it's important for people to understand is 10% of our sales came from all 12 of those retired molds. So our bottom 10% of sales.
Well, now before, let's not waft over that, because that speaks volume. That a lot of you are up in arms or in a panic but you got to understand that, like he said, all those molds that are retired, those 12 molds, of all the molds we have, the 34 molds we have, those 12 only made up 10% of our sales. So it had to come down to a choice of, do we concentrate on the 90% that does really well, or do we keep going with the bottom of the bottom? Now, that doesn't mean these are bad discs. They're just not, for some reason, they're just not quite as popular. Yeah. And they don't move as much as the other. For, I don't know if you mentioned, some of these, you tend to lose drivers or fairway drivers at a much quicker rate than you lose mid-ranges. Yep. And that's to why maybe some of these mid-ranges don't quite move off the shelf like other discs do.
Yeah, and the big thing too is, as a retail store, it's really hard to keep up with all this growth of disc golf and all these new molds from all these companies, not just Dynamic, Latitude, and Westside, but all the disc golf companies that are out there. And at the end of the day, some of those retailers, or a lot of those retailers, are sitting on these discs. They bring the Suspect in and they order 12 because they want to fill a rack. Well, they only sell one Suspect a year, and so literally dust is collecting on these some of these molds. And with that being said, other places they might sell 50 Suspects a year. It's all regional, but don't lose faith in Dynamic Discs. We've got a lot of really good feedback from our retail partners that said this is going to be a benefit to them and their store. And at the end of the day, it's the disc golf retail stores that need to survive. They support disc golf the most. They grow disc golf the most. And we're happy to make this change and help them run a more successful disc golf operation. The other thing I want to mention is I do believe that Latitude 64 will be coming out with permanently taking some of these discs out of production, and they will specifically let us know what those ones are. And most of that's going to come down to over time. These are probably some of their older molds. They would need repairs to do another production run or something like that. And so I have no idea what those are, but that's something that was being discussed over there, and I expect that's something that they'll be moving forward with.
All right, so a few of the questions got answered, but a couple of them they're about the retired disc, but a little more specific. So I'll kind of go over those to make sure that people, if you're just tuning into the tail end of this, we got a few more minutes. We'll be done. Make sure you keep tuned in to the very end, because we got something special we want to talk about. But right now we're talking about the retired molds.
Yeah, retired molds. And hey, seriously, guys, we listen.
Yeah, I know I make fun.
We listen.
I'm having fun with it. I'm just teasing you guys. Hopefully you guys know me. I'm just having fun. I get it, but we listen. We hear the feedback. We appreciate the feedback. And when something's needed, when something's in demand, you better believe that we're going to make sure that we've got the discs available. It's not that they're gone forever. And I can, people have been saying, well, your most understable discs are no longer going to be a part of the lineup. Well, we might have a year or two of inventory of some of these discs. They're not going away tonight. They haven't gone away. So anyway. So one of them's kind of along the lines. He says, with the ones getting retired now, will there be more beginner discs in the future for future beginners?
Always working on something. With that being said, Proof is a great mid-range disc for beginning players. We've probably got well over a year of inventory at current sales pace. Now, maybe the sales are going to pick up. Maybe some awareness of these products will increase sales, but I doubt it. So we'll see.
Was Jeremy brave enough to tell Ron Converse in person that the Suspect was getting axed?
Ron's probably got 30 Suspects.
Yeah.
Ron's probably lost 2. And that's only because he was throwing 30 of them in the field and he forgot about them.
With the evidence, warrant proof, and patrol being retired, are there any plans to bring a new mid-range less stable than the Truth in?
Say that one again.
With the evidence, warrant proof, and patrol being retired, are there any plans to bring in a new mid-range less stable than the Truth?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet. But again, with those 4 discs, you're probably going to have plenty of inventory that you should be okay. Again, just because we're saying they're retired doesn't mean you've got to take them out of your bag.
Yeah, and we're not throwing them away.
We're not throwing them away. We've got plenty in the warehouse. Trust me, we have plenty in the warehouse. So let's see. Will Coda Hatfield get a Team Series disc for 2019?
I'm not sure what Robert McCall. Is Robert McCall still here? Nope. I don't know. Coda's doing a great job out there. He's a fantastic player. He's been winning several events, and I think there was a production challenge issue to things earlier this year, and I don't know where things stand at right now.
Someone wants you mentioned this, I think, earlier, but they want a Lucid X suspect, so that could be a thing. Maybe,
very well.
Maybe not. Let's see. What do we have left on our agenda item?
Do we want to go over the 12 specifically real quick?
Yeah, go for
So
it.
the real quick, the 12, and let's not zoom in because, Anyway, we've got the we'll say our beginner friendly, easy to throw. We've got the proof, the breakout. Was that really on the list?
I don't think that's on the list.
Misfire, maybe not. We have the gavel. Yep, they threw in all 3 of the beginner friendliness, but it's just the proof and the gavel. And this, I couldn't find a regular stock stamp gavel. This is a Lucid gavel to support the Junior World Championships. We've got the evidence, which is a great flying mid-range disc. I know a lot of people like it, but anyway, we got the criminal, the freedom, and we've got the freedom. We're running out of time on the show.
Yep.
We've got the patrol, which is a nice understable mid-range. The Renegade, I heard a lot of people saying, man, I'm going to miss the Renegade, and I know what you're talking about.
That's the one that hurt my heart.
Yeah, the Vandal will be just fine for you, but we got plenty of Renegades, so you'll be fine with Renegades for a long time.
I'll take that one.
We've got the we've got the warrant, which, as I talked about earlier, that was and still is in my disc golf bag, and will be in my disc golf bag for a long time because, well, I just don't lose it. The thief. You are going to have to talk to Eric Oakley, probably, and really push him hard to get the thief back. I don't have the witness here. The witness is the other one that was not supposed to be the breakout. We've got the suspect. Hopefully we can get some suspects.
Easy for you to say.
And the slammer. So those are the retired molds as we announced last week, and we did that again to better support our retail partners that are out there pushing disc golf.
For sure. All right. So let's see. Do we have any questions that were last minute?
Tons of people have been asking if and when Latitude and Westside are announced their date.
Okay, so we mentioned that earlier, but a lot of people coming in late. When will Latitude 64 and Westside Discs announce what they're retiring or putting in OOP?
We do not. We do not have a set date for Latitude or for Westside currently, and we'll update everybody as we know more about that, and or Latitude will update everybody. I think we've all got a little something to learn from this, and they know that some changes need to be made on their end because Latitude has even more molds than we have, and of course we've seen that just like these 12 molds only accounting for 10% or less than 10% of our sales, there's maybe some likely similar trends with Latitude and maybe even Westside as well. So, Bobby, 300 watching. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Man.
Nice.
Incredible. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, couple more things. So hang on in there, guys. We've got...
we should give something away.
We're going to here in a minute. Shopping live with Dee Dee. It's something new we're trying with the Dynamic Discs Emporia Facebook page. Now that we have the Dynamic Discs, like the brand page, but we also have pages for the store. So we have a Northwest Arkansas, we have a Kansas City, We have where's the other one? Texas,
Carrollton, Texas.
Carrollton, Texas. And of course, now we've always had the Dynamic Disc Emporium, but they have their own Facebook page. So make sure you look it up, Dynamic Discs Emporium. Now, every Thursday, one time we did it on Wednesday, but every Thursday, we're going live shopping. And that's kind of trying to bridge the gap between online shopping and wanting to know a little bit about the disc or getting ready to purchase. So at about 4 p.m. Central, they go live. They've got their little iPhone and their little gimbal, and they walk around and they talk about disc. But if you're like, hey, I want a Domi Ballista Pro, or I need a really flat suspect, they're going to help look for it for you so you can order it right there on the spot. So it's about a 30, 40-minute show. Make sure you tune in. You got Jake Key over there, Alan. You've got Jackie and Scarlett over there doing a tremendous job helping you. And they know inventory. They know what's coming up. They know what they've listed. So it's just, again, a way for you to kind of be able to get some great customer service through the Facebook Live deal.
Yeah, that's been really, really, really cool to see.
Yeah,
so tune in for it, and if people like it, we'll do more of it.
All right, so you've held on.
Oh gosh,
you've waited.
I thought we were going to cancel until next week.
Yeah, I know.
Or next month.
What is that cool thing that we want to talk about at the end? Well, a lot of you asked about the Lucid Raider. Now, from the beginning, we did the Lucid Raiders just in the Dick's Sporting Goods store. And everybody's been saying, when can I get my hands on a Lucid Raider? I want more Lucid Raiders. Lucid Raider, Lucid Raider.
Raider Nation.
So what do you... Trademark, great. Now we're going to get copyright.
No, you got to let me know these things.
We talked about it at the meeting.
I get in trouble all the time. That's why I can't.
We cannot use Raider beep. That's trademark. Anyway. All right, so what do you got for us, Jeremy Rusco?
I can't even. You just keep talking, Bobby.
All right, so
I'm putting. I'm
really
in.
Nice.
I'm in
we
timeout.
are going to have Lucid Raiders. Now you can use the close-up on this one, Danny. We've got Lucid Raiders coming out, and we put some sweet bottom stamp D's on there. And from my understanding, within a week, did you say a week?
Something like that.
In about a week, here I'm going to show you some other colors too. We got this really nice red one with the bottom stamp of the white.
Yeah. So essentially, I know it's probably we'll call it a challenge for everybody to understand why we release things, how we release them, the timing of things, and some of it comes down to, well, we air freighted something over, we sent something on a container, something didn't get put on the container that was supposed to get put on the container, so it got pushed back, and anyway, some Lucid Raiders showed up. The first run Lucid Raiders showed up that were blank, and we're excited to put those out. Buyback retail stores are going to be the stores. Again, we believe our buyback retail stores are promoting and pushing disc golf more than they're doing a lot for disc golf, to grow disc golf, and we really try to drive traffic into those retail stores and provide the most support possible for our buyback retail partners. And anyway, they're going to be the first ones that have the opportunity to get these Lucid Raiders. So if you don't have a buyback retail store in your town, make sure you go into your disc golf store, ask them why they're not a buyback retail store, and have them contact us, and we'll get them set up. And the Lucid Raider will be available soon. And I know our team players have been loving the Lucid Raider.
That it?
I don't know. What else you got?
I think that's it for the agenda. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As a thank you for hanging in there and waiting for the announcement of these sweet Lucid Raiders and information about that. We're going to give away this orange Fusion Raider. This was one that maybe we threw a couple times for videos, so we can't put these back on the shelf, so we're going to give it away. Well, first of all, thank you Chaser90EK, 888 Husker, and Redbeard for the super chat. You guys are
super chat
$2 for uncomfortable Rusco close-up. So there you go. It was all worth it, Jeremy, for $2.
Oh, I didn't know we could even do this. This is a real thing.
This is a real thing.
I made it. We made it.
Give us the Cadet Backpack and Trooper. I can't give those away. These are like samples just given to us for product images and from promoting and stuff like that. I am not allowed to give these away.
I'm sweating over here, guys.
See.
I'm sweating.
What is it, John? Lucid Raiders. So Red Beer was just like $2. Lucid Raiders. So yes, Lucid Raiders are a thing, and they're coming out. They'll be available for the masses, and they are going to be good things.
This is pretty cool too, because this will help. Everybody understand that these are the first Lucids that came out of the mold. They don't have a specific first run stamp. A lot of times we don't do that when we release. We release the first run Fusion Raider. We usually release everything first in Lucid plastic, but for the Raider, we did Fusion first. And anyway, this is how you can maybe know a little bit about the difference in the runs. And
yeah, someone said these seem domey. They do seem domey.
Yeah.
And domey is nice.
Cool.
All right, so how are we going to give this away, Jeremy? I say of the 12 molds that are being retired, if you only could bring back one, which one would it be? Put it in there, and we'll just randomly select a winner.
I like that.
Go ahead and put of the 12. Actually, the live chat go away.
No, you know what?
Doing it different. We'll do it different.
Time out.
Rewind.
Since I'm missing 4 molds out of my bag, choose up to 4 discs that you're greatly going to miss, and maybe there's only going to be one. Out of your bag.
So they're going to type in 4 discs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I was answering, and maybe I will, because maybe I get randomly selected. Could I get 2 more? Can I get 2?
You're not qualified at all. All right, so we got stuff coming in. So we will pick a winner. Keep them coming in. We're going to watch. So a lot of people are like, why don't you put out more videos or stuff about beginner discs?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we actually did 2 years ago.
And nobody watched it.
Nobody will see it had 16,000 views. This is not bad, but we have the "Is This Disc Right for You" series, which gets a lot of views, and that has discs that you can learn about discs that we have. But Robert and I worked on a video that we called it a first bag, and it was kind of how to build your first bag. Because we know a lot of times beginners will look at the pros and be like, well, I'll just throw that. Well, they're not quite ready to throw that overstable of a disc. So we made a video about that. So we're going to watch that video. And as you watch that video, put your answers into the YouTube chat, and we will pick a winner. So thanks again for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
We won't come back after the video. We'll end it, and we'll just select a winner as the video is playing. But thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for having fun with us as we talk about some of the updates that are upcoming. Thank you so much for submitting the questions. Hopefully the weather is nice out in your area and you can get out and play some disc golf this week and this weekend. We've got the United States Amateur Match Play Championship singles bracket this weekend, so we're going to be busy showing stuff off on Instagram. Tina is at Ledgestone. She'll be doing stuff with the players out on our Instagram story, so make sure you follow along there so you can kind of get the behind scenes for our players out there. Any last words, Jeremy, for this June updates?
Always working on something. Appreciate everything you guys do to help grow disc golf right there along with us. Go out there, throw some discs, enjoy the summer.
Thank you guys very much.
I've been playing disc golf for a little while now, and something that I've noticed about new players is when they get even a little interested in disc golf, they are hooked. And so they'll go online and watch videos of the top pros to see what they're throwing in order to find out what type of discs to buy. I'm here today to tell you that may not be the best option for you to get started out in disc golf. So let's take a look at some discs that are better to get you started out. Let's start out with drivers. You don't necessarily need to be throwing the same discs as the top pros, and here's why. The top pros throw with a lot of power, and they generate a lot of spin and velocity on their discs. And because you're just getting into the sport, you won't have the same power and be able to generate the same spin as they do. Because of that, we'd like to suggest some lighter weight, slower, and more understable discs to you, such as the Dynamic Disc Thief, Breakout, and Witness. Here's a good example. A newer player is just starting out with disc golf, and they're using an Enforcer. Because the Enforcer is a high-speed, overstable distance driver, you'll notice that the disc doesn't get much distance and fades almost immediately to the left. Compare that to the Witness. Because of the understable characteristics of the disc, newer players will be able to get much more distance and throw straighter lines with the Witness. Next up are mid-ranges. A mid-range is a disc that you will use when you need control more than you need distance. For beginners, mid-ranges are mostly used when you're approaching the disc golf basket. And if you are brand new to disc golf, you may notice that your mid-ranges are flying about as far as your distance drivers are. That's relatively common for newer players, and that's going to change as you improve upon your basics. The Truth is a neutral flying mid-range that's great for straight approaches to the basket or even shorter drives off the tee. Now on to the most important disc in your bag, your putter. When choosing a putter, your choice really comes down to how the disc feels in your hand and how it flies for you. Dynamic Discs has several different types of putters, including some that have a bead on the bottom, which is a small raised ridge on the underside of the disc, like the Judge and our easy to throw putter, the Gavel, the Marshall, which has a micro bead on the bottom, and then the Warden and the Deputy, both of which have no bead on the bottom. In this video, we've discussed several different molds and flight characteristics, and we understand that if you're brand new to disc golf, all of this information may be a little daunting to you. So if you're just looking for 3 discs to get out there and get started, we recommend the Dynamic Discs Witness for all of your distance shots, a Truth for your approach shots to the basket, and a Judge to complete the set as your putter. As you progress and learn more about the fundamentals of disc golf, your choices of discs will progress as well, and your needs will change. Until then, go and grab these discs and get out, get active, and play disc golf.